The Macatawa Bay Water Skiers embodied the early history of water skiing. Charles R. Sligh Jr., known as Chuck Sligh, began water skiing in 1939. After watching water skiers from France at the opening of the New York World's Fair, he returned home and purchased a pair of water skis at Chicago's Marshall Field department store. He got the sport going in western Michigan at his home on Lake Macatawa by inviting friends and families of his 4 children to learn an exciting new sport. He provided the boat, gas, skis, and instruction. Soon there were at least 30 regulars honing their skills every day. Along came 1941, the start of World War II. The young men went to war, gas was rationed, and no one's thoughts were on water skiing. The first 2 national championships were held at Jones Beach, New York. Chuck Sligh won men's, besting 23 others. Lyda Helder defeated 4 others in becoming the women's champion. Both skiers were from Macatawa Bay. In 1941, American Water Ski Association President Dan Haynes asked the Macatawa to host the national championships. The championships resumed after the war, with Macatawa again the host for the 1946 and the 1947 Nationals. The girls of Macatawa had become excellent show skiers. The men were all trying to perfect their jumping skills with plenty of thrills and spills on their 7-foot-long skis. Bob Sligh tried mightily to fly a wooden kite. Mr. Ray Greenhill from Minneapolis, Minnesota, was in charge of the 1946 Minneapolis Aquatennial, with water skiing on Lake Calhoun to be a major feature. He invited the Macatawa Bay Water Skiers to perform with him and his 2 sons. The show made history, as over 200,000 spectators lined the lakeshore to spectate. The Macatawa Bay show team had performed their first really big show. The following week, they all returned to Macatawa for the national championships. Chuck Sligh won senior men's, Bob Sligh men's, Irene Bohr and Bob Sligh doubles, Lou Whitty boys, all Macatawans. Willa Worthington from Oswego, Oregon, won the women's division, starting her illustrious career. Lake Macatawa is connected to Lake Michigan by a channel. It is a long lake, never really wide, with several bays. The Macatawa Resort area sits on a peninsula chunk of land just south of the channel. There is a large hotel, resort shops, and a T-shaped dock serving many cottages and resort visitors. It was perfect as a water ski venue. The 1950 Macatawa Bay Skiers were a close-knit group of show and competitive skiers. Dick Sligh was an early barefooter, adding to the thrill. One of the most talented Macatawa skiers was Marguerite Williams Hatfield. What was changing the most was the use of 2 handles in jump and slalom. Jumping distances were short, while 2-handled 2-ski slalom proved difficult. Before ending the 2-handled era, slalom went to using a single ski. Marguerite looked great no matter. The front cover of the first issue of The Water Skier shows Chuck Sligh congratulating Sandy Swaney Lecklider on her world championship and new world record in jumping. Chuck Sligh, now president of AWSA, announced the 1951 Nationals held in Lake Placid, New York on Mirror Lake. There was a skim of ice on the lake for the water skiers each day. Lakes in the northern U.S. and all Canada were chilly at best and skiable only from late June through August. There were no wetsuits. While Sandy was setting a world record in women's jumps, others were at Macatawa practicing for shows. Dryland doubles practice with 8-year-old John Gronberg on the shoulders of Jim Hubbard. Kathy Cavanaugh and Linda Bradford are readying their routine. A tripod with Jim Hubbard, Chuck Bradford, and Lori Ann Hull. Dick Sligh doing a headstand on a disc, while Mary Gronberg-Pelto performs a reverse side slide on a flat square-tailed trick ski. Marguerite Hatfield doing the back swan. The Macatawa Bay Water Skiers were fortunate to use Bob Blue skis. Manufactured at the Sligh Furniture Company, named for Bob Sligh and Lou Whithay. The laminated skis never warped and proved to be great. The ski school at Macatawa T-Dock was abuzz with activity through the summer of 1956.